every Tuesday on the show. I'm going to turn it over to the Judd's Hockey Show crew here.
All right.
Celebrating a big acquisition, the Flower.
Who gets it? Let's lead off with this guy. Declan?
If we get, in the Western Conference Final, have a chance for a cup, it's well worth the first at that point.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And, yeah, you have to give up something to get something, and, there's a price to pay no matter what level. And, we traded away some really good guys, and guys that did some good things for the team, and it's tough, but we got good guys in return, and we're ready to move on and see what we can do. There's no room for petty bull.
I love Bill Guerin. Bill Guerin gets it because you know what he gets as a guy who won 2 Stanley Cups as a player, one, I believe, with the Devils, one with the Penguins in 2009, where he was teammates with Marc-Andre Fleury, the Flower, and then 2 as an executive with the Penguins. Bill Guerin gets seizing the opportunity, to seize the day, and the opportunity existed. And therefore, starting a week ago today, he has brought in, 4 players, made trades, including culminating with the big one, being going out and getting a future Hall of Fame goaltender in Marc-Andre Fleury for a conditional draft pick, which will bump from a second to a first-round pick if the Wild makes the Western Conference Finals and Fleury wins at least 4 games in the first 2 rounds. Bill Guerin, gentlemen, we have been starved in this town. We have been famished for this type of executive who understands when the door is open, you don't just sort of open it up and say, who's in there? No, you take a battering ram and you knock that damn door down and you say, I am going to give my team a chance. And I understand chemistry is important. Chemistry in the room, in all sports, can be important. But there's a fine line between being concerned about chemistry and being concerned about giving the competitors in your room a chance to win. And Bill Guerin did the second thing. He gave his players a chance to win after in training camp, the first day of camp, saying this is about bleeping winning. He now proved he believes that, and the Wild has a chance. Bill Guerin, you get it.
He definitely seems just like an extremely self-aware guy. He was like that as a player when he was a very decorated guy who, won a cup with New Jersey and bounced around a little bit, went to the Islanders, and then towards the end of his career when he realized his game wasn't what it used to be, being a top-line player, him becoming that glue guy in that room, him becoming a different kind of player to help elevate Sidney Crosby and help those Penguins get over the hump and finally get a Stanley Cup. And then him as an executive, too, kind of learning all that ropes and now making these type of trades. Like, he's definitely using his gut and his instinct to make these trades, but he also delegates those other things that he's probably not good at, maybe like hockey analytics, right? I know he probably knows some of it, but he delegates that task to someone else to help broaden that out so he's making the right decisions for everyone on that roster. The dude gets it. He's the best GM in this state. Easily.
So Guerin and Marc-Andre Fleury, they celebrated winning a cup together, 13 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they won just the one cup together, right? Because Guerin was done by the time the other 2 came along. That's amazing. And we talked about this with Royce today, but Marc-Andre Fleury, you know who gets it? Just real quick here. His nutritionist. I mean, that guy looks like he's 25 years old still. It's amazing.
It is incredible.
Is it Alex Guerrero? Is it the TB12 guy? I mean, he doesn't look a day over 29.
No, he's got the great hair, 0 grays. He's got, and it's dark too. So like, his hair should have a couple of silver grays in it.
Does he
Nothing
color
like
it?
that.
It's got to be dyed.
It might be dyed. I don't know. What I'm saying is the guy does look fantastic. He looks 37. Phil's right. Looks 26.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got the Coach K hairstylist. I mean, when's it time for Mike Krzyzewski to let it go gray? Is he gonna?
Well, now
is he gonna be 90
Retirement?
years old and still holding on to the shoe polish hair?
I think he needs to. I think it goes now. Just
it's time.
Ease into retirement. Go on some nice trips, and let the hair go gray.
He's got to be in his 70s, right? It's okay to be.
Oh yeah. He's in his mid 70s, right? Yeah.
No, but props to Marc-Andre Fleury's nutritionist or whatever he's rocking.
All right, I'll give you another who gets it. I'll say D'Lo, but not D'Angelo Russell. Not just D'Angelo Russell. There's a new D-Lo in town. Phil, are you aware of the new D-Lo that's graced the Minnesota sports scene?
I did see people tweeting about another D-Lo last night. Yes.
That's Nick Delauriers, the newest member of the Minnesota Wild, who the Wild got over the weekend on Saturday from the Ducks. And yeah, apparently he's also a D-Lo. So there's a second D-Lo on this team. And he's come in here to kick some ass. He's a fourth-line grinder type. He's an enforcer. And they paid a hefty price, at least I thought so, a third-round pick in the 2023 draft, which seems a little steep for a guy that is basically a fourth-line player and kind of a goon. But at least it is a pick that you're giving up in 2 drafts now, so you could potentially even recuperate that pick in another trade and whatnot. But he scores a shot on his first one of his first shifts with the Wild yesterday in the win, and here he was after the game.
When I got here, like I said, the guys made it so easy for me to get in. It's a tight group, staff-wise as well, coaching staff. I don't know how to explain it. I've been through a couple teams, few teams, and this is the tightest group I've ever seen. You walk in and it's straight up, business and fun, and it's fun.
So when he says straight up no business, I think he meant to say something else. I think he meant to say straight up no bleep, just like Bill Guerin said there. But that's pretty high praise. And look, it could be a little bit of player speak at the podium, right? But he's only been here for 48 hours, and he knows his role. He's a fourth line enforcer, but I think he's an absolute beaut. He's exactly what this team needs.
He sounds like a hockey
the accent.
player.
Yeah, he sounds like he was lifted from Slapshot and put on the team here.
Yeah, I think somebody with that type of hockey look and hockey accent is exactly what this team needs to make a run deep into the Western Conference playoffs. I'm going to piggyback off Judd's who gets it, who doesn't. Billy Guerin gets it, but I think some general managers in this town are starting to see the light just in general. I think they're starting to adopt the "We want championships" mantra here on Score North, Mackey and Judd, Purple Daily.
Not.
Stop hoarding prospects and draft picks when you're in a win-now window. I'm not saying you should always just mortgage the future and everything, but the Wild, the Twins, they're going for it. And it's fun. You're going to put more butts in the seats at Target Field. You're going to think about how much more excited, especially the Wild have been playing kind of just meh the last month and a half, right? And now, not that they have trouble packing the X regardless, but just the atmosphere you're going to create now, and this town is ready for a deep playoff run, for God's sakes. And I think Derek Falvey's had a really bad 2-year run, but credit to him for snapping out of it and choosing aggression after the lockout was over. And Billy Guerin has always been sort of pedal to the metal, winning is everything. But for him to back that up by making this trade is a blast. And we'll see what happens. And I just want to say again, if it doesn't work and they get beat in the first round, it's not because this was a bad trade. This is the right trade at the right time. What do you guys make of the Cam Talbot thing now? Do they just they have a great backup? They have a really good backup goalie now, right?
Play the sounder. Play the sounder because...
The transition sounder?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of sounders here.
Oh, sorry. Play the transition sounder because...
for sounders. Dude.
I will tell you who gets it. Cam Talbot. Cam Talbot, because Cam Talbot could be I sort of lost my job. My life sort of sucks. I don't like this. Cam Talbot, instead, last night continues to play well. So I believe he's now won 6 consecutive starts, makes 28 saves, shuts out the Golden Knights, makes some great grade A saves, and then says, you know what? I'm going to show up to work, and that's my job here. Cam Talbot gets it. Cam Talbot, from what he said post-game, and he backed it up with his performance, I thought, too. We're not going to get the whining, sort of sulking, how could they do this? I was the top goaltender. No. I think we're going to get a guy who very much gets that he's been given the gift of a future Hall of Fame teammate by his side who he can learn from, who he can watch, and that these two together today give this team a better chance at a Stanley Cup run, certainly, than Cam Talbot and Capo did. Yeah. Cam Talbot gets it. He's been around. He's been the top guy. He's been on waivers. He's seen a ton. I really, really liked the response both on the ice and off of it. And this is why you build a culture. This is why it's so important. As much as Patrick can't stand that word. This is why a culture is so important. Because when you have a culture built, you can fit pieces in and people get it. The problem is when you don't, and players, let's just say fictionally, hypothetically, players run the team, right? And now you trade for a guy and players are like, whoa, we don't like this, right? The Minnesota Wild knows who's in charge, Bill Guerin and Dean. And so when you say, we just traded Capo, Marc-Andre bleeping Fleury, nobody says, hold on, our chemistry was so good, which is code for we like to go out and party post-game. That's what that's code for. Because chemistry is built through culture, and Bill Guerin has established a culture now that says, I'm in charge here. You guys are incredibly important, but the culture is set, the most important part of it, by winning hockey games.
I also kind of love that the subtext behind the Capo trade was he's not good enough for this team.
Correct.
And so it's not that he can't be good enough at some point with some other team, but our goal is very lofty, and we're not here to just bring guys along and make them feel good and encourage them. Like it's almost April now, and he's not good enough. Period. So he's gone. He's gone now because he's not good enough. So Dex, who gets it? Who doesn't?
I have a non-Wild who doesn't get it, and I understand that there could be some old takes exposed with this one. And especially, too, just given the general history, it's a ballsy decision for me to say who doesn't get it here. The New York Yankees do not get it. The New York Yankees do not get it. They trade for Josh Donaldson. They help the Twins basically get the shortstop they're looking for. They strike out on getting Carlos Correa. I don't know if New York is primed to be returning to the postseason this season. And for them to basically give the Twins an opportunity to sign Carlos Correa, I find that an absolutely delicious moment. So I'm actually going to clown the New York Yankees a little bit here, knowing that egg is going to be inevitably on my face in 6 months, and knowing that they've lost 18 consecutive playoff games, like 15 of them to the Yankees in the last 20 years. As it stands right now, in the last week of March 2022, in the year of our Lord, the Yankees do not get it.
It is kind of funny. I mean, the Twins have made more moves to make their team better in the last 2 weeks than the Yankees have. And the Twins sort of worked the Yankees
I can't believe
into making that happen. But I'm mostly with Judd here. I think until the Twins actually do something meaningful, like beat the Yankees in a playoff game or series in October, it's tough to trash talk too much. They don't even think about the Twins. Like, they don't even know that they made a trade with the Twins. They're like, oh, we got Josh Donaldson. And then we sent Gio Urshela and Gary Sanchez somewhere. I don't even know. Are they with Cleveland? I'm not even sure. They don't even know that they traded with the Twins.
Yeah.
So I've got a non-Wild one here, too, specifically for Judd. Who gets it, who doesn't? Urban Meyer gets it. This is especially for Judd here, okay? I'm gonna read this. This is from, there's some sort of article that came out. I'm getting this from the Pardon My Take screenshot on Instagram, and I don't know who originally wrote this article. Apologies. But the article says, Urban Meyer insisted that Tim Tebow have free reign of the facility and practice field long after he had been cut by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Weekly Tebow Tuesday themed days were mandatory, where every player in practice donned Tebow's professional number 85 jersey, while Coach Meyer would wear his tactical jean shorts and patrol the field in his NFL-branded scooter, screaming, "Get some!" at injured players. But the last straw, this is where Judd's going to love this, was when Urban tried to require players to sign mandatory competitive chastity pledges where players were sworn to abstain from all sexual activity between December and May to avoid any possible missed games due to the impending birth of a child in the fall. Quote, "That one may have been a little ahead of its time," Urban said when reached for comment.
Oh, my God, really?
Doesn't that apply to Judd on this show?
Oh, my. I mean, it sounds like it's real. He's crazy, but that's incredible. Yeah.
Is this a real article?
Yeah.
This seems like an Onion article.
I haven't seen it. Wow.
But I know you're very much anti players missing time because of the birth of their children. So maybe this is the way to.
No, you know what? You're putting words in my mouth. What I said is you can go to the birth of your child, just get right back to your team. No. What I don't like is the paternity leave during the season when you're making millions of dollars.
Okay, where do you stand when
if your wife's going to give birth?
Your wife's in labor and it's 11 a.m. on Sunday and you play a game in an hour. A division game against the Packers.
That's up to you.
No, where do you
Are
stand?
you competitive or not? That's my question to the player. That's my question, player. Are you competitive or not? Like, do you want to beat the Packers or I mean, you're probably going to have like 3 kids.
See, this is where Urban Meyer maybe is a little ahead of his time. Listen, kids.
Urban Meyer.
Wear protection in February, okay? So
hey,
you
look.
don't have to miss
you know
a game.
My old man was asleep at home when I was born, and you know what? I turned out fine.
Did you?
I turned out absolutely fine. A+.
Does the no sexual activity apply to the other members of this show if we were ever to procreate, since we couldn't be having a child during football season on Score North with Ventline?
There's a few weeks during the season.
Phil might get upset.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't go on a vacation during NFL free agency.
Free agency, which Declan did last year, which Phil has not forgotten about.
Yeah,
I take note.
I haven't brought that up once since it happened, and I wasn't mad.
You brought it up 2 weeks ago.
Did I?
Yeah, when free agency was about to start, you said something like, "I'm glad you're not going on vacation next week." Yeah, you did.
Right.
I don't. You know what? I'm not blaming you. I'm not assessing blame here. Accountability is key, and if you are not competitive, that's fine. Just check out.
Just not competitive.
Just don't be competitive. That's cool, man. That's cool. All right. Who doesn't get it? Eddie Rosario, now of the Atlanta Braves. Did you guys see the story in today's Star Tribune about the payments and potential payments for jersey number swaps when guys are traded, like we've seen with the Twins now, or Carlos Correa signs?
I did see something where there's a couple of Twins players I've lawyered up to put together documents to sign for the
So Josh Donaldson wanted the number 20 so badly a couple of years back that he offered Rosario a bunch of compensation packages, including at one point buying him a car. And Rosario's like, "No, man, I wear 20. That's it."
Wow.
And Rosario, I would take the car.
And Rosario was probably right. He went on to become, was he a World Series MVP?
Yes.
No.
Or was he an NLCS?
National League Championship Series, yes.
But he was instrumental.
But in Rosario's mind, he's the best player in baseball, so why would anyone no,
but the point is, he turned down a car. He turned down a damn car.
He already has 6 cars. A car is a weak offer.
Okay,
if you're a Major League
but that was the
player?
package. But that was the But okay, so he offered money. He offered jewelry, probably. He offered cars. I would have given up. My point is, I would have given up the 20.
What would it take? But if you already make Eddie Rosario has made $50 million or whatever playing baseball in his career.
Then you tell me, because I bet JD would have paid it.
$100,000. I already have 6 cars because I'm rich.
Oh, I'm going with a better car than that. No. I was thinking a better car.
Like what? Like an F1 car? Like what?
Yeah, whatever I want, man. You want the number 20, it's going to cost you. I'm just saying.
What I would want.
A private jet. You want to buy me my own private jet and then pay for all of my flights for 10 years?
And the takeoff time and all. There is no number that I would protect that much.
Do nothing for me, so I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, or me, but we're not baseball players and young men.
For Dex, what if it was a lifetime supply of Chill Boys?
Oh,
from chillboys.com.
Yeah, I'd sign me up for my bamboo fabric. It's raining here in the Twin Cities, Phil, and so golf season is coming up. I am hopeful, and I'm knocking on wood here, that in 10 days, so not this weekend, but next weekend, there's going to be some damn golf course open, and it's going to be wet, and conditions are going to be terrible and still cold, but I'm going to finally be able to swing a damn club, and when I have my performance brand on from Chill Boys, I'll be ready to rock. Easily shooting over 100, and I just want to play some damn golf. Okay, that's all I want, and my Chill Boys will keep me comfortable doing it.
Hell yeah, chillboys.com. It's a Minnesota-based company. You can find them online at chillboys.com. Also, Federated Insurance, been around for over 100 years, helping businesses in and around and outside of the Twin Cities. You can find a full list of resources and tools, people, that can help maximize the success of your business and minimize risk at federatedinsurance.com, where it's our business to protect yours. I'll throw another one in here real quick, too, while I'm just scrolling through Twitter from yesterday. And who doesn't get it? Packer fans, bloggers, and podcasters.
Oh, boy.
Who are chapped about Zadarius Smith visiting the Vikings. So this is from some random Packer podcaster guy with a couple thousand followers. And he retweeted because the Vikings always announce free agent visits. So-and-so has come in for a visit, right? They don't make it a secret. So they announced Zadarius Smith has started his free agent visit with the Vikings. And random Packer blogger podcaster guy retweets, hang that banner. And it's a picture of a banner hanging from U.S. Bank Stadium that says, Zadarius Smith, free agent visit 2022. First of all, just because you guys are trying to cope with your eroding roster with Devontae Adams going to the Raiders, Zadarius Smith, one of the best edge rushers the past few years in the NFL, maybe coming to the Vikings.
Yeah, they did release him.
Don't lash out at us because you can't cash in with Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, okay? We're just doing our thing here, very self-aware. We know that there's no championships in the trophy case, okay? Don't make me do the Eminem 8 Mile thing and list all the things you have to say about us. We're fully self-aware. But quit lashing out, okay? Zadarius Smith is coming over here because you cut him. You cut him.
You're chastising Packer fans.
You broke
Declan
up
is
with
taking
him.
shots at the Yankees. I mean, it's been a good week, but let's slow down just a little bit.
They broke up with him, and they're like, well, look at it. It's a joke. He's going to – it's like she can go date whoever she wants.
You know
she
what?
broke up with her.
This is another reason why we need at least one Lombardi here, right? This is another
then they're just
reason
going to be
why.
like, well, you only have one, and we
I
have
know,
two
but at
from
least
the
we'll have
60s.
right. But at least we'll have one then. At
Six
least
from
we'll
the
have
30s.
one. Right now, we got nothing to stand on.
You know, I think there should be a rule where, and I know that the trophy is named after him, so it's difficult, but if you're a Packer fan and you're thumping your chest about Super Bowls won in the mid-1960s, then you're kind of a loser.
Bart Starr was pretty good. Not sure what you're talking about.
Who was the receiver, Max or whatever? It was
Max McGee.
Max McGee, literally smoking cigarettes on the sidelines.
Big Super Bowl one. Well, he didn't think he was going to play. He was hungover. He had gone out and partied the night before.
Calm down, Pat.
Last one for me. I'm just gonna shout out the you see this T-shirt I'm wearing here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So it's Anthony Edwards and Justin Jefferson's Photoshop because and by the way, this is a write that down I have. I believe me and Lawyer Chase have this as a write that down that these two are
the
actually
SI cover?
going to recreate this photograph in some regard by the end of the year because it's obviously the KG and Randy Moss swap from the from the late 90s, excuse me. And my guy Jake Graffs. Jake Graffs does a great job. He makes awesome Timberwolves. Free plug for Jake Graffs, okay? He makes awesome Timberwolves stuff.
Jake
I'll take one.
Cat was wearing a shirt of his the other day. Judd, there's coffee mugs. There's Finchy mugs.
Extra large for me, please.
Okay. I'll get right on that.
Who's
just
Jake
for you.
Graffs? I'll take one.
Yeah, I'll get it right.
I'll wear
just
it.
for you.
Dude,
I'll wear
a Finchy coffee mug would be clutch. Finchy always looks like he needs about 3 cups of coffee.
I'm telling you, Finchy looks like a CBS Monday night sitcom. He looks like he'd be the perfect, this basketball coach is disgruntled, but he's winning.
He's
Hey,
got
everybody.
a crazy family, crazy players. Yeah.
It's time for Finchy. It's
Is that the
Finchy
name of the show?
time.
Finchy?
Finchy, oh yeah. Slam dunk.
Finchy.
No pun intended.
All right. Any other who gets it, who doesn't here from you guys before we go back to Zadarius Smith watch?
Well, should we end today's show with who does not get it from TCO Performance Center with
It's up to you.
the last transaction we saw?
I'm just trying to be positive and look
Should we end
forward
it?
and find the best in every Vikings move. But,
Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it. Who gets it? The Minnesota Vikings. Why? Why, Judd? Why? They have retained the services of Sean Mannion in their quest to run it back. The Vikings are keeping Kirk Cousins' buddy right by him in the quarterback room, and I think COVID is now controlled enough where they could probably go back to the small room.
Yeah, they can do
Kirk and Sean can study the playbook together now. Sean, who I believe you could probably call safely the Kirk Cousins safety blanket, safety net, he is back. The Vikings, in their quest to run things back, 100%, they get it.
I love it. I'm here for it. At this point, you've already pot committed to Kirk Cousins, and so do everything you can to make him feel comfortable even if it means bringing in a completely unqualified backup quarterback to take snaps in a game. That's okay. Kirk's one of the most durable quarterbacks in the NFL, never gets hurt. He is body armor personified, and Sean Mannion is his personal assistant coach, basically. So let's get it, Vikings. Run this thing back all the way.
I've got a serious question. I've got a serious question here. When opening day, week 1, who was officially the backup quarterback?
It's a good question. I mean, Sean Mannion's existence is largely behind the scenes, film room, etc.
Baby blanket.
So the backup quarterback on actual game day, and he can still, correct me if I'm wrong, but if he's deactivated, he can still be on the sidelines, like in a tracksuit, helping Cousins on the sidelines, right?
He can still be on track. Yes.
So your backup quarterback should just be whoever is the best if Cousins gets hurt to win the game.
Right. That's what I'm asking.
I think Kellen Mond is probably going to be that if he has any sort of upside or talent at all whatsoever. Like, it should be Kellen Mond, right?
I would agree.
Sean Mannion. He's got a 66.2 career passer rating in the 14 games he's gotten in. So I'm
he's good in the room,
too
Phil.
confident about that.
He's good in the room, like we say in hockey.
He is. He must be great in the room, considering how many times
and
they've
he's
run
gritty.
it back with him as the backup.
He's also gritty.
All right. Write that down, predictions tomorrow, and an accountability session where we get to admit that we were wrong. That's how it works on Wednesdays. And you can always check out our YouTube channels, Score North YouTube channel and the Purple Daily YouTube channel. Click subscribe and the like button to help spread the word about this, I would say, blossoming Minnesota sports community of optimism and championships on the horizon. All the moves. It's amazing. All right, guys. See ya.